video, I want to show you how to attach snaps. The particular snaps I'm going to show you are the heavy duty kind, which are riveted together through the fabric using a hammer. But this can apply to other kind of snaps that are not sew-on. Snaps are a good alternative to use instead of using buttons for your project. So let's get started. Here I have my package of snaps, and these come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mine happen to be a black shiny, but you can get them in silver or gold or any other color. Mine happen to be heavy duty snaps, which are for jackets and for coats and heavy duty type projects. But you can get them for more lightweight type projects, like if you need them for shirts or something. If you just buy a package of snaps like this, you're not going to be able to install them on your project without also buying a heavy duty snap toolkit or just a regular snap toolkit. This one's for heavy duty one, so I can match it with my snaps here. You also need to have a hammer. Now you have your anvil here, which is the black circular part, and then you have this middle tool. So you put your snaps in on top of the anvil, put the tool on top of it, and then use the hammer to hit the tool. And this presses the pieces together in order for you to stay on top of your project. Each side consists of two different pieces. So we're going to get a little closer look so I can show you what the different pieces are. So you have your four different pieces of your snaps here. So you have one part here and one part here. And this is going to be sandwiched, or the fabric at least is going to be sandwiched in between these two pieces. So here you have your cap, which is the shiny part, and then you have the socket, which gets placed over the cap. So you have your cap upside down, then you put your fabric, and then you put your socket right over that. Then this is the other side, and you have your post and your stud. So you have your post, put the fabric, and then you put your stud right over it. So what the general idea is, we'll start with this one, is you're going to use your anvil and you're going to put your piece right like that, the cap, and then you're going to put your socket over that with the fabric in between. You have your metal tool here, and on one side of the tool there's a little bump that comes out. This is the side that gets hammered down, like this. And you're going to use your hammer basically, and this part is going to hammer down in the middle, this little center section right here. And what it does is it bends it so that it fits around this underneath part, and then the two pieces are going to be fused together. So that's how it works, and I'm going to show you it with the fabric. So here I have my fabric that I'm going to attach my snaps to as an example. You would normally use, for heavy duty snaps, heavier fabric, and usually the area would be interfaced, but I'm just showing this as an example, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. You want to decide which side is the right side. So I have my shiny side as my right side, and then my wrong side is the duller side. So this is the side that's going to be showing, so that's the side that you're going to want to have your cap be a part of so that it looks nice and neat. So I'm going to take my cap, place it down. Now you need to mark where you're putting in your snaps. Either your pattern tells you or you're just deciding where to put it. So you're going to make a mark. I'm going to put my snap, let's say about right here. I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to use my scissors to cut a little hole where this mark is. Take this out. I'm just going to fold it and do a little snip. You don't have to do a huge hole, just a little one. This hole is so the silver part, or the gold part that sticks up here is going to fit through that hole, because it's going to break the fabric anyways. And you're just going to slip it in like that. Then you're going to take your socket piece, which is this piece, and you're going to place it over that. You're going to get your anvil so the concave part is facing up towards you, and you're going to place it right underneath the cap part so it all fits right in there. Then you're going to take your tool, and this is the side that has the bump in, and you're going to place it down directly into the middle here. And you're going to want to make sure that you have a protected area and you don't want to accidentally ruin your table or whatever you're doing on. And then you're going to hit pretty hard directly onto this metal tool right on the end here. And I'm not going to do it very hard because I don't want to cause a lot of noise, but you're going to have to hit that really hard in order to break the centerpiece and have it bend around that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera so I don't ruin your ears. And then so I attached the first half of my snap here. I'm going to just flip it over so you can see it. So now the center part is no longer sticking up. I use my metal tool with the bump on the side facing down to hit it in order to break it and spread it out. And then I also flipped my tool over to the flat part and hit it again with the hammer just to spread it out a little bit more evenly and to really tighten it up. So now we're going to attach the second half. We have the post and the stud. And the post is just like the cap, except there's no silver black or shiny black side on the back here, but it looks exactly like it. It's just the silver flat part with the part that goes up in the middle there. And then the stud here is kind of similar to this, except the circle comes up because it needs to fit into our hole on the other side of the snap. So this just fits right over the post like that. So the first step we need to do, just as we did the other one, is we need to mark where the other half is going to go. And either your pattern tells you or you're going to just figure it out. I'm just going to fold my sample in half here, and then I'm going to mark with my marker where that's going to be. And then just as I did with the other one, I'm then going to take my scissors and I'm just going to make a small little incision, little snip, like that. Then I'm going to take the post that I have. This is the part that has the part in the middle that comes up, and I'm going to stick it underneath my fabric through the hole like that. And then I'm going to take the stud and I'm going to fit it over so the raised circle part comes up towards you. It just to test it out, I'm going to make sure that that fits over into the other half of my snap like that. So now I'm going to take my anvil. So before we had it with the concave part sticking up. Now I'm going to turn it over so it's flat except for these little ridges, because this post part underneath actually fits into there perfectly and it's not going to move around at all. It's just going to sit right on top of there. See, that stays pretty well. And again, I'm going to take my metal tool, I'm going to fit it directly into the middle, and then take my hammer and hit it really hard so that I break up the metal part that sticks out in the middle there, so then it fits over the stud part in the middle and it's not going to move or go anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So now I have this part attached. So now my snaps are both attached, and I'm just going to fold this in half to make sure that it fits as it should. And there you are, now it's snapped. I'm just going to pull this apart. And that's how you attach heavy duty snaps or any other kind of snaps that are not the sew-on ones.
Our book, Professor Pincushin's Beginner Guide to Sewing, Garment Making for Nervous Newbies, is now available to order. Go to professorpincushion.com/books or click on the link in the description to see a list of vendors where you can purchase it.